Okay, so last week we started the user administration and then permissions here. So we're going to go back and forth on user administration and permissions here. Okay. So let's take a look here. Any questions about UMass?
Sorry, brother.
Yes.
You were talking. I couldn't hear anything. I just started hearing you now. Did you talk anything?
No. I'm just starting now.
Okay.
So my question is, you guys are thinking about UMass, right?
Yeah, we did last time, yes, brother. No, I don't have a question, brother.
So the file permissions are, okay, but we looked at the default file permissions and all that. All those things are coming from UMass. In actuality, the default file permission is 666 and default folder permission is 777. And since most of the time default UMass is 022, is gonna remove 22 from the permissions for file and folder. Okay. I think this document is fair enough here, and you should have enough information for you to understand. Okay. Okay. Good. So let's see here. Okay. So up here we saw that as any user you are able to go into any folder, right? Do you guys agree with that? As a regular user, you are technically allowed to go into any folder because the UMass is set to execute for anybody.
Yes.
So if you do ls-l,
But this one doesn't have executable.
no, it's reading inside the folder here. So if you want to just look at the folder for type ls-d.
Makes sense.
ls-l, you could do this too. Again, now this folder has You see, execute permission is for everybody by default, okay?
Yes.
So what does it means anybody, even a regular user who don't even have a sudo access, he could go into any of the folder in the system. Okay, so usually what they do is if the folder is important, you will restrict it using the group here, okay? So
you don't need to have a sudo access. You can access, but it's already executed, but you don't need to have the sudo access to it.
yeah, exactly. But then again, it's on the file here. So let's go into this folder. And you have all these files in here, right? 1,000 files we created last time.
Right.
So a regular user doesn't have any permissions here, but it is in here.
That is correct.
Read, write. Okay, so what does it mean is this user is able to go in the directory, but he cannot read. He cannot read the files here.
That is correct.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so let's take a look here. We'll control the user access using the permissions also. Okay, so what I'll do here is okay, so I'm going to start from scratch here. So I have nothing here, so I'm going to create a folder, mkdir/data, okay? So if I do ls-l, oh, I created in the wrong place. So, you know what, hold on. ls-l, so the data folder is there. Let me just create here, ls has mkdir data. So the folder data is there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to see which group is available. So what I'm going to do, how do I check which group is available? Cat etc groups. Let's see here. Okay, let me add a group name account in here, okay? So there is a group called accounting here. Can you go out and mute? Hold on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the group for this folder here. So what I'm going to do, change group, CHGRP. Okay? And then which group I want to change, assign it to accounting. And then I'm going to assign it to the data folder. Okay, and if I do ls-ld data, okay, now you see here the group is accounting. What was the group previously? It was root. Okay, this is the owner and this is group. And there is no information about others here. Okay? Okay, good. Any questions so far? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch as a user and see what happens here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cd slash, oh, you know what? Hold on. Well, the regular user can even go into the root folder, right? Yeah. Let's do this here. I'm going to do all this over. We already have the data folder in the root, right? So I'm going to work on this data folder here. Okay. So I'm going to change the group, ch group, accounting, and then I'm going to change it to data. So if I do ls-l, you see the group has been changed here to accounting. So now I'm a user. So I'm going to go cd/data, and I do ls-l. If you do pwd, touch, and then if I do file1, so the permission has been denied. Okay. Any questions?
It's okay, brother. Jazakallah.
Okay. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to assign the user to the group and see how they will play out, okay? Alright, let's see here. So we created the group. Okay, so sudo access, right? So what is the user we did here? We did nothing but the assign the user to the group here. Do you agree? You guys all agree, right? When I put the user into the group, then he will start to have the access here. So we're going to do the same thing here, okay? User mod hyphen A uppercase G and name of the group and then name of the ID. Okay? And I hit enter here. So now let me go ahead and touch the file here, and I am still not able to do here. Why? Let's see, ID Zafar. Okay, so ID Zafar is part of a group, Zafar itself, developer, and accounting. So let me get out of there and then go back in there. Touch file one.
It should be instant, right?
Yeah.
I think we need to check the group permissions.
What?
I mean, because you assign this Zafar to accounting. So the accounting, anybody is accounting, it can create the file or not.
If they are part of the same group, they should be able to.
Yeah. The user got assigned to accounting here. So let me just exit here and come back. Zafar. Touch file one.
Motion detected at your class door.
Let's see here. Instead of AG, you know what? Actually, you use AG to add multiple groups simultaneously. So let's see. User mod hyphen G accounting. Okay, and I'm gonna give Zafar. Okay, ID Zafar. So what happened now is, yeah. Okay, so the primary group Zafar is gone now. Primary group Zafar is gone, and now he's a part of a developer and accounting. Okay, grid ID is, group ID is Zafar here. Okay, let's take a look here. Touch file one. Oh. Second LD data. So that is group is there. User mod accounting Zafar.
I guess you use sudo command. But if you are logged in as a root, already you don't need a sudo command.
Yeah, I mean, the group is accounting.
So the accounting is group have a privileges like as a group. And then that's what I mean. I mean, like, is that because since you are part of this accounting group, so this group have ability to create the file?
Yeah, I mean, once you add a group has access to this folder here. You know what? Yeah, hold on. But here, what is happening here is, you're right, I still have to give one more permission here. Okay, so the group doesn't have a right permission for this. Okay, so the owner, okay, let's play this game here, okay? So, let's do the right permission. So chmod, and then I'm adding a permission. What do I do? What number should I be doing? I'm adding a permission to the group.
Oh.
So give me the number and also using the letters.
775.
Yeah. 775. Yeah.
7.
4 and 1 is 5.
How about if you just do just plus W, will that work?
Yeah, that's the other answer I was looking for. Yep. So what you do is G plus W.
So that means G plus W group.
And then we are adding the right permission.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Alright, so let's do here, changing to the permission operation not permitted. So,
Brother Zafar, just one more time. When it says G plus W means writing, G plus W means what? Group?
no, plus means adding. So G is, yeah, here. We talked about this, right?
Yeah, last week we did. But this week is horrible. I mean, we did not practice. Sick, everybody. I'm sick. I don't know. Allergies.
Yeah, I mean, don't worry, you have a document here, so you could do it. Okay, here we talked about,
No, but I know G means group, but when you say change what G plus W, that means we are...
so here, look at this here, the highlighted area.
Right.
Write is not available, right? So we are adding write. If you
So that's something, if we just do change word plus W, why we put G? That's my question.
group, you are adding it to group only.
G for group and W for right, right?
Yeah.
Group on...
We are specifying group.
I got it now, brother. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
So the owner has to change the permission here. So let's see here.
No,
Mod.
by 775 also works the same thing?
Yeah, exactly. 775 also works too. But
It's just another way of giving a permission.
yeah, to calculate 775, you have to you have to work a little bit harder for your head. I mean, you have to find out, okay, 7, then I need to 7, and then 7. But if you just give a single permission, just go with this way.
Okay. But the way Brother Mubin is saying 775, that is not for the group, that's for the other, I think.
No.
No. 7 user, owner and group, and 5 for others.
Yeah, so he's keeping the existing permission unchanged.
Okay.
And he's changing this permission, and this permission is unchanged.
Got it.
If something has read, write, execute, that means 7.
7, yeah. All permission 7.
And then you just have to remember 4, 2, 1. You have to remember these numbers here. It's hard-coded. You could never change these numbers here. Wait, I put all these things here. Where did it go? user. Okay, so creating a user, and here, oh, it's a part of permissions, right? Okay, yeah. So the read is 4, write is 2, and execute is 1. This will never change, okay? 777. Okay, good. So now, as an owner, I'm going to change it. I'm going to do chmod g plus write, and I'm giving it to data folder. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. So I'm able to do this now.
Yep.
This is exactly what you will be doing at work. Okay?
It's not that difficult then.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Once you get the concept of Linux, it's a piece of cake, and you will be automatically put into a higher pay grade compared to Windows. Windows, you actually have, people think Windows is easy. I think if you're doing administration, it's pretty hard. And we have to know a lot of other shit in Windows here. But once you understand all this here, it's pretty easy. People just freak out because things are going in the little dark window. So, and they say that, oh, you have to do, there is no graphics involved and everything. You don't know.
Actually, you cannot see in this. So if you don't know anything, it's hard to navigate yourself inside.
Yeah.
You don't know where to go, what to do. So that's why Linux doesn't do anything unless you tell him to do it or make him to do it. That's the reason people freaks out.
Yeah, but if you imagine, how many commands you're using? You're barely using any commands here. I mean, once you understand this silly commands here, ls means list.
Right.
As a 5th grader would understand that.
Yep.
Okay, let's go into like some basic PWD is present working directory, ls. Okay, and what else you use? Clear, history, main directory.
Yeah, there's so many, like, the basic commands for Linux. There's so many, like, cheat sheets over there.
Yeah. I mean, remove is like so simple. It makes sense, right? Logical. RM for remove, MV for move, CP, cat.
Cat is,
Yeah, go ahead.
cat is different than what it does.
Yeah, I mean, cat is like concatenated, and you just don't think it's a cat. It's not a pussycat. I mean, it stands for concatenate. So you are like, I mean, now you understood. Mostly you're going to use cat to read it, right?
Yes, that is true. Or maybe in scripting, looks like if we're going to use this.
Yeah, all this we'll use all this together, and it will become a script.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, like, maybe, I don't know how, like, the Windows administrators, they do scripting and things.
Most of they don't. They do VB scripting or something. I'm not too sure about that.
Oh, yeah, VB scripting. Because that's one of my concerns is, like, in this, like, if you're going to work, I mean, there's thousands of servers. And if this new product comes in and then they say, oh, we have to install this new monitor tool in our system, so we obviously are going to have to create the script to install and verify that this is running.
But don't worry about those stuff here, because there are some dedicated people who will be doing hardcore programming and all that. Programming doesn't mean you're just creating applications. Some programmers, they do all this too. Create heavy scripts. Then again, they wouldn't know, they are kind of weak on the administration side. then you can work with them. So, okay, let's move forward here. So, let's add one more person here to accounting.
One more question, please.
What?
Related to groups. So this group you created, you already have like a root group, right? So the root is the super group, right? It has all the permissions.
Yeah.
So at work, when we go to work, so they don't give us like all the permissions at the same time. So maybe for a couple of months, I guess. So they put us in a different group where you don't have like a root or sudo permission. So do we have to create that group as well? I mean, that's what I was thinking, like that group accounting you created. So you can modify the permission inside the group that you can read files, or you can just go there, but you cannot make any changes like delete, remove, or overwrite the files. So do we have to create a separate group for that?
That's a good question here, but most of the time what I have showed you, that's how it's working. And then the ID is managed on the Active Directory side. I mean, that is a whole different animal. Once the ID has those groups attached, it will work here. But you most of the time you are helping as a user ID, if they need some kind of, access to the application and all that, you use this here. So this is what's happening here. Most of the time when the users are logging in, they use the generic ID that's created by Active Directory. But the application ID, which is on the server, which is local to the server, then you are manually assigning those IDs with the permissions there, the way I showed you.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yes,
Yeah, don't worry too much about it. What I'm showing here, that's what you end up doing it here. If you think you have to do a little bit more, just ask. Every work, every job is different, and when you work with people, you will know. And there are a lot of things I showed you here. Sometimes you don't end up doing it.
Probably everybody have a different environment. They got a different teams. So probably we're gonna go and we're gonna assign with one team. So we're gonna be doing the same thing again and again, I guess.
Yeah.
Because there's so many subjects, so many topics in there.
Well, the thing is, the environment is bigger here. If you just be managing users, you have to manage on 10,000 servers. It's a lot of work. One person can do everything else, right? If you end up on the administrative user management side, that's pretty good experience also. Permissions and all that is very good.
Okay.
So let's see here. Do I need to explain more, or you guys got the concept?
Brother Zafar, the user mode command is good. The problem was the permission one, right?
Permission. You
right?
still have to give the permission, yes.
Yeah, the -AG and AG is the multiple group, and the single group is same. The command.
Yeah, actually, I'll take that back. Just use this command here. It should be but if you're adding more than one group to one user, you have to use a -AG. You have to use this command.
More than one group.
Yeah, more than one. It's just a single group, just use this.
We can use either one or more than one. Both are same, right?
Yeah, both are same. It was just the permission issue. So let's see here. Okay, so let me just get this. So what we did was we did mkdir So we created the folder. Okay, then we did change group, add group accounting. How about that? Okay, and then we added. Okay, you could use this command. Okay, then
Group accounting is a group and to create the group.
yeah, group add is to group add is to add the accounting group.
What about the command for creating group?
That's it.
Okay, same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
group add is creating. Didn't we go over that here? Let's go back up here. These are permissions. Create a group. Okay, group add.
Okay. Yeah.
Group add -G 3000 developer. So we are adding a group. We are over here. We are giving the
ID.
ID also. If you want to
Yeah.
assign the ID, you could do it. But here we didn't do it, so it took the automatically. It's 6,000 or whatever.
So if that 3,000 number is already accessed in the system, so it's going to give us an error, right? It's not going to duplicate it.
That's what it should. It should definitely give an error.
Oh, okay. You know, like if in Linux, sometimes you can create a same name file. So I was like,
I'm thinking you should give an error, but I could be wrong. I mean, you never know. You know how things are changing all the time, and can't really keep up with them.
I mean, we can find out when we're going to do practice. I'll run this command twice because I'm going to create one group with a specific ID, and then I'm going to do the same thing but to change the group name, and it is going to give us an error.
Exactly. So you did a group add accounting. You're not doing anything else, so you could do that, right? Okay. And now what you do is then you do the change group accounting. You're changing the folder group here. You just added the group. Okay. And then you assign the group to the user. And now what you're doing here is you're changing the, modifying the right access here. Okay. And then now if you log in as user, so what you could do is clear history. So you could do ls-lv. And then you did touch file 1, so it created the file. Okay. Is that clear enough?
So far, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's see here. Let's try going in there as secure. And where the heck? So we do ls-lv data. Okay, so IDA shift one. So let's see if he's able to do anything. So the permission is denied. What I was trying to make a point here that even though group is there, I mean, it has the right access, he's not able to create it. Okay. Alright, good. Okay, so let's see here. Give me one moment till I'll be right back in 2 minutes. Let's take a 5-minute break.
I'm here.
Okay, good. Okay, alright, so we have this and okay. Alright, so now there is a concept called SGID. Okay, so let's see what SGID stands for. SGID. So this is set group ID. Okay, I'll explain you what it means. Okay, so let's see here. So, alright, let's see. So let's put in Google SGID. Okay, so the SIG ID is a special file permission that also applies to the executable file and enables the user to inherit the effective cheat of file group owner like one. Okay. Oh yeah. So here, what is set GID means? Okay. So what is set GID means is okay. So all files that are created in the directory with SGID belongs to the group to which directory belongs. Okay? Not to the group creating process belongs. Okay, so let me show you what I mean is, and after that we'll move forward from there. So let's see here, so let's see here, ls-ld slash data, right? So what do we have here? So we have read, write, we have a permissions here. We have this permission set here, and the owner is root of this directory, and then the group is accounting. Okay. So let's change let's set it to SGID. Okay. So the command is chmod. Okay. We're gonna change the group to plus S, and then we're gonna change it to data folder. Okay. If you do ls-ld slash data, and then do you see something in here? You see a little S here. That means this group ID is set for SGID. So look at this part here. Read, write, for the group read, write, execute. We have on the top, we had execute, right? Now it's not execute anymore, it's SGID. Okay, so you know what, actually let me copy this here. Okay. And now I'm going to change, I change more to the data. What am I doing here? Okay. So look at this part here. For the group, let's see, this part, rewrite, and you see X, right? Execute here. Now, since we changed we set this as to SGID, and we have it changed here to read, write, and S. Okay, you will know in a moment here what exactly is happening here. Okay. Group execute permission will show as S. Okay. This means the permission are when the files are created in this folder. Okay. Let's try. So let me see here. /etc/group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the data folder.
Brother Zafar, can I ask a question on the current screen at this time?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention before, but I'm looking now that Zafar Group has these two directors in accounting with two different numbers. Is that common in our actual real life practice?
So yeah, I mean, it's just saying that the user which belongs to this group is Zafar also. This group, the user belongs to Zafar. Okay, this is group and group ID. Okay, this is group and group ID.
Thank you, brother.
And
Thank you.
Zafar is a part of that group. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change group CHGRP. Okay, and then I'm going to give only 3,000 here. And then I'm going to change the group to data. So do ls-ld/data. Okay, now the group is set to developer because 3,000 is a developer. Okay, so okay. Now what we're going to do is, let's see here, Shakil. No, not this one. Okay. So you have ls-l, right? So you do touch file to ls-l. Let's see here. CH. Okay, so well, let me log in as Shakil here. Okay, so new duplicate. Okay, so the group ID for Shakil is what? Can somebody tell me what is the group ID for Shakil?
6,001.
Yeah, he's stuck in 6,001 here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, as a root, ls-ld/data. So others rewrite execute. So others doesn't have a write permission here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this write permission and I will allow Shakil to create a file in here. Okay. So let's see here. chmod. Okay. Plus write. And then I'm going to give it data. Okay. I have to do it as a root. ls-ld/data. Okay, so what I'm going to do is chmod, okay, R is for others, plus I'm giving the right permission, and which I'm giving into the data folder here. So this will be read, write, execute, okay, that part. So if I do ls-ld data, so that one has a read, write, execute. If this portion has read, write, execute, a user Shakil should be able to go in there and create a file here, okay? Okay. No, cd/data. cd ls-l, right? Now touch file 2, file 3. Okay, so if I do ls-l, okay, so let's go back to this folder here. We created a file here, right? ls-l. We just created a file here. So who is the owner of the file?
Shakil?
And the group of the file?
Shakil.
Okay, good. Okay, so let me go in here. If I do ls-l, the user Shakil created file 3, right? But he created a file here, and suppose the file should belong to the group the user Shakil belongs. But look what happened here. It overloaded because now going forward, any file Shakil created in this folder will be owned by the group developer. Okay, why is that? Because the group permission is set to GID, group ID. Group ID is set to S. That means if Shakil loses permissions here, then he won't be able to access this file anymore if he doesn't have any permissions. He has to be a part of a developer group.
Can you repeat again?
Yeah, so what happened here is, you see Shakil, whenever you create a file, that file will get a stamp of the username, and then the group the user is belong to. Okay, for example, here, Shakil created a file here, a regular file in some other folder here. So he created a file, he is the owner, and he is the
Group owner.
group he belongs to Shakil too.
Shakil, yeah.
But if you look at the ID Shakil, it doesn't belong to the group developer. But since he went into the folder and created a file name, and that specific folder is set to GID, the owner of that file, the group owner of that file becomes a developer, not the process he belongs to. That's what this means. Okay, all the files that are created in a directory with the set ID set belongs to the group to which the directory belongs, not to the group the creating process belongs.
So if he would make, instead of data, if he would create this file, not in data, maybe somewhere else, like in root, so he would be Shakil.
Yeah, this is what we did here.
Yes. So I mean, that's what he's showing right here, right?
Yeah.
But when I go to data right here, and then you get ls-l, and then it's showing the others is developer, that group.
Yeah.
Because this data folder is set to this SIGD thing.
Exactly.
That's why. Okay. If you put somewhere else, so this thing, developer shouldn't be here. It would be Shakil, I guess. I don't know if I'm wrong.
For this specific folder, it will be developer.
It would be developer.
And anywhere else, if Shakil goes anywhere else and creates, if it's not set to GID, he will be the owner, and then the group owner will be his group.
This group, yes.
Okay.
Got it, got it. Alright.
Okay. Come back. Okay. Close the door. Okay. So this is called GID, set GID, SGID. There is another concept called set UID. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. What set UID means. So let's see here. So this is a special permission. Okay, so whenever user create files and directories, inside the set GID configured folder, it will inherit the group ownership from parent directory. Okay. So now the other thing is, since we changed the group ID here, the existing group IDs is not going to change. Okay, it's not going to be retroactive. Okay, would you agree? Because the one we had created with Zafar it changed, and then the one we created with the previous one stays the same. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Is it clear? And we did this, and okay. So we logged in as Shakil. What we did a touch file 3. And then you look at this file here, it belongs to the developer group. Okay, so all these things, it means something here if a user is creating a file and for example, they have a huge application running, especially databases. Databases may have more than one ID that is creating some files in multiple folders. So if that folder group ownership is set to SID, then it will acquire that ownership here, okay? So let's do here cat file 1. Okay, cat. Okay, actually let me hold this off for next session. Read, write, execute, schedule, developer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do ID Shakil here, just so you know he doesn't belong to any group, developer group. But when he's creating something, it's going into the developer group. Alright, does it make sense? It's simple enough now, right? So he's not part of a developer group, but when he creates the ID, when he creates any file, the developer group is taking the group ownership of that file. Okay? Alright, let's not stress too much on it, okay? But just practice it a couple times and you will get it. Okay. Now the next concept we have here is set UID. Set UID. What are you trying to do? Come here, come here. Try this. Close the door. Okay, no color. So SUID, what does this do? It inherits the owner permission when executing a file. Okay? What does it mean here? Okay, so let's do ping google.com. Okay. Which ping? Okay. So let's take a look at this file here, ping. So let's type an L. Ping here. Okay, look at this here. Who is the owner of this file?
Root.
And then who is the
Root.
okay. So what is happening here is what? Okay, I'm busy. I'm coming back here. Hold on. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the permission here as a root here. So let me go back here. Okay, so you do ls-l. Hmm. Thing, okay. So let's take a look here. ls-l. Uh, read, write, execute. uh, okay. Okay, I thought the ping. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. No, not good. Okay. Read, write, execute. Okay, so let's see here. Rewrite execute. A lot of things have changed here. Okay, let me do this here. ls-l. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, as a root, I'm going to create a file here, okay? Touch, let's do vi file 1, and then in here, this is a root only file. Okay, so if I do ls-l file 1, okay, so in here, the permissions is, what is the permission here?
Read write only. Right. And write.
Okay,
Yeah.
so where is this? These are, what is the number, 6?
Read is 4 plus 2, 6, yeah.
And then this one? 6?
Yes. 4.
Yeah.
4.
Default is 644, right? Yeah, right here we define the default file permission is 644, okay? So let's do this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the permissions. I'm going to take all the permissions in here. So what I'm going to do is chmod 600 file 1. Okay, and then I do ls-l. A regular user will never be able to, okay, oh, you know what, hold on. Let me go into a data folder, okay, cd/data, because so I'm going to do cp/roots file 1. So if you do ls-l file 1, not data here, man, come on, cd/data. Okay, I want to be here. Alright? pwd. Okay. So let me do this here. rm-rf asterisk ls-l. So nothing is there. So I'm going to do vi file 1. I'm going to say this is root only file. So if I do file 1, so as a root I'm able to read it here, right? But the permission is it will allow others to read also. So I'm going to change the mode to 600. So as a regular user, he is not able to read this file either. So let's go back to Shakil here. So you do ls-l. There is a file there, right? If you do type file 1 and the permission is denied. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set the special permission here. Okay. So we're going to do vi chmod. Okay, and then the user, and then we're going to add s as in Sam, and then I'm going to do the file 1. Okay, so let's look at the permission. So this one is set to read, write, and with s. Okay, so what s means is it will, the definition we have here, inherits the owner permission when executing a file here. So let's execute a file, or let's at least try to read a file here. Cat file 1. Okay. The permission mentioned right.
Honestly, brother Zafar, I'm little confused here there with all these things.
No, yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about this here because this is a concept you should know. But you barely come across this. When you come across it, then you just do your own research. So the permission, I thought the permission files, give me 1 second here. ls-etc shadow. ls-l slash bin. This was supposed to be. Give me 1 second here. Default. SC word. We've been here already, right? Once. Find chmod s. Google is that. What is? Oh, okay. You know what? Hold on. Slash data. I1. So what I'm going to do is slash test. Okay, so let me see. This is the root only file. Permission denied. U plus S. Read. Let me change it to chmod. 64451. Okay, so it's able to read now. I was hoping the ping was working good. I don't know why ping is not working. This is good for, okay, hold on. Okay, you see how this file is set to S here? Password file, identify. Character of file 1. Okay, let me hold off on this one here. I'll research it, and then we'll work on this tomorrow here. But there is another concept called sticky bit. Okay, let me explain you what sticky bit is. You go to cd/temp and you clear. So you do ls-ld temp, right? Okay. Look at this temporary folder here. It has
All permission.
It has all the permissions here, right? Read, write, execute, and read, write, T. You see T in there, right?
Yep.
So what will happen here is, okay, now let's create a file using Zafar and then using Shakil here. So let's see here. I do ls-l. Let me remove everything. So I'm not able to do that as, I have to do that as a root. rm-rf and an asterisk, okay? So there is nothing in there. So I go to cd temp, ls-l, there is nothing in there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a file, file1, and I do ls-l. Okay? And now I do ls-l and then touch file2 ls-l. So what sticky bit means is, if a directory has a sticky bit cell, only the owner of the file or the root of the owner of the file or the root can delete that file here. Everybody else has access to that file. So if I try to remove this file too as Zafar, rm Zafar rm file1. So remove write protected file here, yes. So cannot remove file when operation not permitted. Okay. But I'm able to remove that file as a root. File1. Yeah. So what this is just simply setting this up here. So let's do something here and see if it's going to work other than this place here. So what I'm going to do is mkdir and then I'm going to say stocks. Okay, and then if I do ls-ld stocks, so the root is the owner and everything here. Okay. Okay, and the first I go to stocks. So Shakil and Zafar both are in this folder here, stocks, okay? But what will happen is, look at these permissions here. Look at these permissions here. Should I be able to create a file in here? You see, a regular user is not able to create a file. The group is not able to create a file, and the regular user is not able to create a file here. So as an owner, what you could do is, you could do chmod, and what you do is O plus T, stocks. So you see a regular user has a T to it, T permissions to it. So let's see here if I'm able to create a, there is no write permission, right? So you can't. Okay, yeah, you still have to give the write permission here.
Motion detected at your back door.
Yeah, you have to give it to group also. What is the permission I gave here? Owner. User and group, I'm adding the right permission here. Okay? Now you should be able to touch a file. No? Okay. chmod 777 stop. Okay, here. So everybody has a read, write, execute permission. Okay, yeah, this is good here. So let's see touch file 1. Okay, Shakil is able to do, then if I do ls-l, I could cat file 1l, right? And then as a user, if I remove file 1, what is going to happen? Look at the permissions here. The permissions are anybody could do anything and everything. So if I do remove file 1, you think I should be able to do this? Delete file 1?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, okay, I got it now. Now what sticky bit is doing is, it's just preventing the deletion. If you didn't create the file, you're not able to delete it, okay? So if you have like a full permission, read, write, execute, but if you have a sticky bit set here, you're not able to delete it. So let's do chmod others plus T. Okay, so let's create a file 1 here again.
Motion detected at your back door.
And then let's try to remove file 1. And you do ls. The file 1 is still there. I have to push 1. Yeah, the operation is permitted. So it's just sticky bit is only the delete protection. Sticky bit, it is a delete protection if you are not a root or owner of the file. Okay. So this is clear, right guys? Sticky bit. So do this here, mkdir start. Okay, and then you do LSS and LD. Then you give the full permission. Okay. At this point, anybody can create and delete any files in the folder. Alright, so far you guys agree, right? If the permission is free for all, anybody could create file in there, anybody could delete a file in there. Okay, now if you do change the permissions, okay, so now anybody can create files, but they can only delete files which they create. Example, temp folder. Okay, now does it make sense here before I close this today?
Yes, not 100%, but 90%, which is.
Yeah, I mean this should be simple here. I'm going to work on set UID. Usually the ping command was a good example for a set UID. But I think set UID is only for execution, just not for reading. It's executing permission. So since I didn't show you the scripting and all that, the scripting requires the execution permission. So that way I thought reading a file is execution permission, right?
No, I think going and opening the file is the execution.
Why didn't we try that then? We should have put here cd So if I do file 1, yeah. Good catch, man. I mean, I think I should explain this here. We'll catch up on this tomorrow, okay?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so I will actually do more stuff in here. You know what, we'll be going back to administration again. So, we did add group in administration. What else is there? We did a create group, right? We did a create group and user add. We did that. And
User add in a multiple groups and creating group and SGID.
okay, so create group and user mod. Yeah, this is kind of user mod, but this is I'll put it in here as a user modification, and we create a grid and change group, change ownership, creating group. I'll clear this up here, okay, because we discussed this, but these two things are interchangeable here. So we did a folder assignment to the group ID. Okay. I'm going to end here and then I'll work on this document before I upload.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll have this tomorrow.
Sure.